Greetings and salutations, friends. My name is Mr. Valentine, and welcome back to Mr. Valentine's Freakishly Frightening Facts. Now, this episode is quite the doozy, seeing as we have two cases to go over today, and they're entirely different. So let's stop waiting and let's keep going. Now, for this first case, I introduce to you the Pascagoula incident. We're going to go back in time to 1973. A 45-year-old man named Charles Hickson and his relative, 17-year-old Calvin, decide to go fishing at around 11 p.m. Note this is in Mississippi. No idea why they're fishing at 11 p.m. in Mississippi. Actually, I can't say much. I fished down here at like 2 p.m. or 2 a.m. in Florida. Doesn't matter. Now, they were fishing and reportedly saw a UFO, or a metallic object floating in the air. And what did they do? Nothing. I mean, what did they do at that point? After seeing that object in the air and not doing jack, they really couldn't do jack. 17-year-old Parker fainted and was unconscious for the majority of what happened. Our 45-year-old friend Charles, on the other hand, wasn't so lucky. He was abducted by 3 aliens. Him and Parker were experimented on and just set back on the boat like nothing ever happened. Now, like any normal human being, you would want to report this to the police first, right? They didn't. They wanted to go to a newsman. Now, there were no newsmen available, so afterward they said, yeah, let's go to the cops. And the cops didn't believe shit. The cops thought Charles was a drunk and he was just insane. But after a while, he started to feel a little bit of truth coming out of Charles' statements. And they even recorded one of their private conversations to see if they were going to say anything or slip up. But that didn't work. They were very dead set on everything. Talking about this case actually made me wonder. We have something in the Distorted Realities Cabinet of Curiosities for you. Trademark. It is a piece of the doc from this very incident. And it's also authenticated. Thanks, J-Rock. What was that, dear viewer? What do I think about this case? Well, this case is very open-ended, seeing as there was only one actual news report of it. The Pascagoula press actually talked about it once, but aside from that, we don't have much info aside from what I've told you. Now, I personally think it's real. The fact that the old man and the 17-year-old have a firm statement of what happened and haven't changed not one bit kind of leads me to it being true. Now, dear viewers down below, I want you guys to go ahead and talk about, do you think this is real? Do you think this is fake? Do you think Charles is a drunk old man? I'll be checking those down below. Oh, my bad, guys. I'm looking into something for our next case, the Taliesin massacre. For this next case, we're going way back in time to 1914. We're following a man by the name of Frank Lloyd Wright. Now, Frank Lloyd Wright was a famous architect, but he's not the main point of this story. He's actually just a part of the bigger picture, just a piece of it. This story specifically follows his estate and his mistress, Martha. One day, Martha, her 2 kids, and 5 of her employees were gathered around the estate. Now, I don't know exactly what they were doing, but they were joined by another person, a person by the name of Julian. Brings bad juju. Just the name alone. Anyway, Julian was a contractor, just doing normal housework around the building. Now, here's where things get weird. Julian was just asking to grab things for whatever reason. One of the things being gasoline to clean something up. I'm going to repeat that. Gasoline to clean something up. That's just blaring red flags, I'm not going to lie. I'd be freaking out. Anyway, instead of just getting gasoline, he ended up getting an axe. And you want to know what he did right after that? Butchered Martha and her 2 kids. Yeah. We just don't cover the weird. We cover the fucking disturbing here on Distorted Realities. Trademark. Anyway, after doing that, he ended up burning the entire place to the ground and leaving the 5 other workers in there. Some of them did manage to get out, but it was a short-lived victory. At that point, he actually slashed them down one by one with his axe, killing everyone in that building. Now, dear viewer, you're probably wondering, man, this is a pretty sad story. Does nothing good come out of this? Well, for a story so brutal, there actually is some good that comes out of this. 2 people in that entire scenario actually survived and got to report Julian. Now, this is where things get a little crazy. When Julian was questioned about the motive, they got nothing out of him. Not a single damn thing. Well, folks, there goes your 2 unbelievably true, freakishly frightening facts. As always, stay safe, and this is Mr. Valentine, signing out.